I apologise for my absence and my recent lack of videos being uploaded because I've been preoccupied with my other channels. However, I promise that at some point I will be uploading more frequently as I have a lot to say regarding Pattaya and its nightlife. But for this video, I want to address some very important issues about Pattaya and why there is a sudden drop in tourism. Now, there are other YouTubers and vloggers that have also created videos surrounding this topic, but I feel like they are being too reserved in their videos. So while it is my turn to explain the issues, it may also come across as a passionate rant, but I have to do it because I want to be real and honest with you. First of all, when did Pattaya become so expensive? Can someone tell me in the comments why this has come about? And don't tell me that it's still cheap, because it's not. One of Pattaya's main selling points was being a cheap and attractive destination. The true Pattaya OGs will know that the beers in the bars used to be around 60 to 70 baht, but now you see them go as high as 120 baht. And don't get me started on Walking Street. That place right now is an absolute recipe for disaster. Bars and restaurants shut down all the time, and the prices in the clubs are so high, it's just laughable. One small beer costs 180 baht in places like Mist or Insomnia, Tunnel Club. Okay, fine, some places have a happy hour, but let's be honest, who here in Pattaya goes clubbing at 9 PM? Exactly, no one. Even clubs outside of Walking Street, such as the ones on 2nd Road or 3rd Road, are also a bit overpriced. Okay, not everywhere is bad. Places in Khao Talo and the dark side are actually reasonably priced. When it comes to buying food, I only get street food and food from the market because it genuinely is the best option. While prices have increased slightly over the years, it is to be expected because of economics and inflation, but looking at the menu prices in restaurants and kebab shops, it automatically answers your question as to why the shops are so empty. Seriously, who is going to buy a rice and pork dish for 200 baht when they can get that same dish for 60 baht at the market? According to the Pattaya Council, they want to clean up the city and make it a family-friendly destination. And while I respect that they are making efforts to do so, such as cleaning the beach, re-tarmacking the roads, and hosting new festivals, there's just one big problem. Now, I have just yammered on about how expensive Pattaya is getting, but I believe that the number one reason why there's a sharp decline in tourism is how rampant crime is in Pattaya right now. If you go to the Pattaya police station, a crime is reported every 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm not even exaggerating here. Innocent foreigners are being targeted for vehicle thefts, as well as pickpockets, fights, scams, burglary, drug abuse, sex trafficking, literally everything. That's not normal! The police, they enjoy taking pictures of themselves lining up in groups of 20 to 30 of them, and it has to be said, but it's all for show. How people are able to get away with crime so easily here is mind-boggling. The number of crimes committed by ladyboys stealing personal belongings from people on the beach road right now is ridiculous. I had to go to the police station for a very similar incident, and my response from the Crimes Investigations Unit was, "The cameras are broken." What do you mean the cameras are broken? There are literally so many articles right now of people reporting crime on the beach road, and your cameras are broken? How many incidents is it going to take until something properly is going to be done about this issue? These tourists, they've had enough. It's not safe anymore. Well, it wasn't safe in the first place. They ain't coming back, and good for them. Chains have been stolen, fights have been going viral, word has been spreading, and nothing is being done about it. Yes, it's nice to see news articles of the police trying to crack down on certain crimes every now and again, but this city's deep-rooted crime problem is going to require more than just sweeping the streets. Right then, what has happened to Walking Street? No, seriously, how did we go from the Marine Disco, the Pier Disco, and Hot Tuna Bar to this. I'm sure a few of you have seen social media posts and comments about the Indian takeover of Walking Street, and I can confirm to you that it's no joke. Literally, a third of Walking Street is being taken up by Indian businesses. Now, I don't have anything against Walking Street trying to diversify its customer base. As a matter of fact, it's a normal thing that places need to adapt in order to economically survive. Club Panda attracts Asians, Stonehouse attracts Thais, Russo Turisto Russians, and Ibar attracts Turkish people. So it seems fitting to have 1 or 2 nightclubs to attract an Indian customer base. But there's 10 of them! Why is there so many? After COVID, did Pattaya seriously do that bad to the point where they had to sell out everything to foreign business owners? Okay, right. For now, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt because I don't 100% know if this is a factor towards the decline of Western tourism. But currently, on social media, it has given the Indian culture and community a very bad reputation. So when other tourists are exposed to this kind of information and they find out that the heart of Pattaya's nightlife is packed full of it, then they are naturally going to reconsider the option of coming. Currently, Mist Nightclub is the only club that truly attracts a diverse customer base, but it's just uncomfortably packed to the brim every day. So instead of having an absurd amount of unnecessary clubs that unintentionally segregate us, how about building ones that would entice everyone to go to? I want to talk about the women and freelancers now. Believe it or not, there is also a decline in tourism that come for casual hookups. And the reason being is because the girls are getting really spoiled and sassy. Honestly guys, we are partly to blame, especially the freelancer apologists. Walking Street is now a hub for paid sexual services. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, how good looking you are, where you come from, and how much you go to the gym. The bottom line is, the chances are quite high that you will be seen like a walking ATM machine. Casual hookups, okay, they do happen, but they are rare. You would need to be in the right place at the right time, and the girl would need to really like you. In previous decades, it wasn't this bad. The women were a lot more open, but because recently they've been brainwashing each other and that guys have been giving in to their demands, charging for services and taking advantage of guys is now the new norm. I am neutral towards people who want to pay for sexual services. Some people don't have a choice, and so you gotta do what you gotta do. But if you are a guy that knows your own worth and have principles, please stick to them. Also, when you go into the clubs, just know that women pay a considerably lower amount for drinks. Remember when I said that clubs charge just 180 baht for a small beer? Women pay half of that. They don't even need to pay for the discount cards, whereas we do. They get put on a pedestal here in Pattaya, so let's not feed into it any more than it already has been. So the next time a woman in a club that you just met wants you to buy them an overpriced drink, say no, because you are not gaining anything from them. They will probably use you to get the drink and then leave you. Pattaya has become very scammy, and this definitely contributes to the decline in tourism. Every chicken stick you buy, every motorbike you hire, every jet ski you rent, most of the sellers, especially around the touristy areas, are going to consider taking advantage of you. Even bars and clubs are trying to find ways to sneak a scam upon you. And honestly, if you are a tourist and it is your first time in Pattaya, then you will 100% get scammed. I once went into this bar on Walking Street and bought a few drinks, but when the place shut, they wouldn't let me take out my unopened drinks when I had already paid for them. It's an absolute scam. So I can't blame people for wanting to skip out on Pattaya, because there are other places right now around Asia that are cheaper and don't encourage this behaviour. There isn't really anything that can be done about scams, and the best piece of advice I can give is to learn from past mistakes and adapt accordingly. For example, if you need transport, then only use the Bolt or Grab apps. Then you won't have to spend time and effort negotiating a decent price from random motorbike drivers on the side of the road who try to highball the price. Pattaya, it's It used to be clean, it used to be nice, but it's just getting dirty now. Apart from all the things that I just mentioned earlier in this video, there's just so much pollution, it stinks of sewage, there's so much traffic, there's homeless people everywhere, and the women and freelancer culture are so different from before. Tourism numbers are plummeting, and that they are flying to other cleaner and cheaper countries. Pattaya is currently experiencing its worst season since COVID, and it's only going to get worse here, unless a complete change was to happen. Does Pattaya have the potential to revive its economy and tourist numbers? Yes. But will it happen? Probably not.